Love like yours will surely come my way. Hey, every day seems a little longer. Every way, love's a little stronger. Come what may, do you ever long for true love from me? There you go, and baby, here am I. Will you left me here so I could sit and cry? Well, golly gee, what have you done to me? Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Love you like I do. Welcome to another edition of Cars and Us. Today we're down in the little quaint town of Irvington, New York, right on the Hudson, and we're at XV Motorsports, the display room and showroom and sales room for XV, which is Extreme Velocity Motorsports. They specialize in Mopars and Dodges, and they have their own suspension setup. They actually build all these cars. They have a factory and a plant in Canada, and they do some of the work there, and then they ship them down here, and they do more work, the final process down here in Irvington, New York. And this is basically where the customer comes to pick up their car. And these cars are really, really nice. Everything is state-of-the-art. When we take a little footage, you'll see the showroom. The showroom is state-of-the-art. The workmanship is exquisite. We're gonna let you see some of the cars that have been done already and that are in the showroom now. We got a few more cars outside, so we'll get a chance to talk to some of the guys outside and see what they brought here to this little kind of an annual promotion event that they do every year. So stick with us for the next 30 minutes. One of the fellas that brought his car up to this little mini car show, if you will, here at John's Extreme Velocity Motorsports event is Teddy Wilson, and he brought his and I have his girlfriend with us, Kaylin, and he brought his 1970 Charger up here, and it's kind of a work in progress, but you know what, it's like you guys want to see out there. He's got it, and he's doing his little putting in his own little ideas, and we're going to talk to him and find out about it. So Teddy, we're going to welcome you to Cars and Us. All right, and Kaylin, pleasure to see you here. Well, tell us a little bit about when you got the car and what you intend to do with it.
I got the car like 10 years ago at the Carlisle show, big Mopar show every year, and it wasn't in the corral. It was actually on the lot, and it was kind of cheap because they'd cobbled the body together real quick. But it's a numbers matching car and high option, and I kind of got it for a steal, less than $5,000, and
it's terrific.
It sat in my garage for 8 years after.
Wow.
And I had registration issues and stuff like that because the previous owner had passed away years ago.
I see.
But then I finally got on the ball, ran with it, got it registered.
Right.
And now I'm putting it back together, a little bit at a time, put a carburetor in. And
now, what motor's in here? 318?
It's a 383.
383.
Right.
Oh, okay.
With a 4-barrel.
And it's automatic.
Yes.
All right. Right. Now, you said that this has some special options in it?
Well, it's got all the luxury amenities. It's got cruise control, power steering, power windows, AM 8-track stereo, rear window defogger.
Have you got 8 tracks to put in there?
I do, but it's running a little slow, so I got to actually take the 8-track apart. But the car came with Wings Over America. It was actually in the center console,
kidding.
yeah. So
Now, what do you intend to do with it? Do you intend to just use it as a daily driver,
Well,
or you're going to make it a show car?
a little of both, but not really. I mean, I have a daily driver, so I'd like to play with this for a couple of years, and then I'll probably throw it on a rotisserie and put it on.
you will?
Yeah. Well, eventually it's going to have to, because it's a high option and it's a low mileage car too. It's only got 27,000.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's only
all
got
original?
Yeah, I found documentation in the car from the original owner. He kept a log. So I have an owner's log stating since 1984 had 27,000 miles, and the car hasn't registered since then.
That's terrific. What changes will you make on it?
See, now I don't want to make a lot of changes because, again, the originality of the car.
Right.
So I pretty much want to put the vinyl top back on because that's what it's supposed to have.
Oh, I see.
And then maybe, I was thinking about throwing some stuff, simple stuff that can go back from, like fuel injection to make it more drivable.
Right.
Better rim and tires. But otherwise, I want to keep it pretty much stock because I don't want to bastardize it. I don't know if I can say that word.
It's okay. The paint job, the color. Is this obviously this is an original color? Did they have a name for it?
Yeah, it didn't have actually one of the fun names. It's just FE5, a color code. FE5 red.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't know if you've ever seen the blue ones. It's like an electric blue. That's B5
Sure.
blue. It doesn't have a fun name.
So it's not like
Right.
Plum Crazy.
Not like Plum Crazy or Banana Yellow. Yeah, no. I don't get one of the cool colored names. Yeah.
You'll keep it the same color.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll
Well,
keep it as
red's
much
troublemaker
original
color. I like
as
it.
you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now you're from.
I'm from Queens Village, Queens. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the Nassau border of Queens, so it's the heart of the
Now,
island.
how did you find out about the event up here?
Actually, last year I was going to come up, but I took my Harley out to go out up here, and I ended up in an accident.
Oh.
So, yeah, broke
Bad
my
luck.
wrist. Not that, yeah. So, but I found out about this place through one of the car magazines.
I see.
Um,
So you're a real Mopar guy.
I'm a big Mopar guy. I'd like to get
all your life.
Absolutely. So I want them to do some of the work on my car on this one, but nothing too drastic.
Right.
Like a stage 1 suspension or something like that, because they do great work here. So that's really why I'm interested.
And you're probably limited with your budget.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay. I like my toys. But, yeah, I'd like to take it one step at a time. It's not like I throw 30 grand at the car at once, So I'm your average Joe, I guess you could say.
That's good. Do you take the car out to the cruises out there? in
I do.
Queens, or do you walk
My,
along out?
yeah,
What do you do?
my buddy lives in Belrose. So, no, Belmore.
Belmore.
Right, so there's
sure.
a car show there every Friday night.
Sure.
So I go out there,
Sure. That's
and
great.
that's a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I live also by the Queen's Farm, and they have car shows there too. So
they?
yeah, just local, right around the block. So it's
Okay.
very convenient.
Well, you know what? If we do something together, my buddy Richie and I, if we do a cruise or something, we're gonna, give you a call and let you know what we're doing. when
Fantastic.
We're doing it. And we'd like to have you up.
Cool.
We like to bring in guys from out of the area.
Excellent,
as
excellent.
Well. So anyway, it's a pleasure. Good
Thank
luck
you
with
very
the
much.
car.
I appreciate it.
Caitlin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And good luck with the car, and we'll see you at one of our upcoming events.
Fantastic.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
With me is the president of Extreme Velocity Motorsports, XV Motorsports, is John Buscema. We're going to welcome John to Cars and Us.
Thank you.
All right, and thanks for inviting us down today. It was a pleasure. We're, of course, at the end of the day now, but and we got a chance to actually get a few minutes with you. Really, really nice event you put on.
Thank you.
Some great cars, and of course, this is the first time I've been down here. This showroom is stunning. You have a great location. You're right on the river, right on the water in Irvington, on the Hudson.
Right.
And it's really, really nice. You had quite a few cars outside before, but then we got a little bit of rain, and they all ran away.
That's
So-
right. Yeah, we really try to do this every year and have people come out. They could bring their own cars, check out the cars we have here. And we really wanted to create an environment here that makes it a destination that's worth coming to.
This Extreme Velocity Motorsports, tell me about its inception.
But basically, we do several things. We sell original cars, but what we really do is we modernize classic muscle cars. And the way we've done it is we've really re-engineered the cars so they run and drive like modern cars. And that's really what we're known for and what we specialize in.
You're putting the state-of-the-art technology under and in the original body.
That's right. I mean, people, lots of people are into classic muscle cars, really like them, but compared to almost any modern car, the driving experience isn't anything like that. So what we've done is we've upgraded virtually every aspect of the cars so they run and drive like a modern car does. Suspension being one of the most important, brakes, the engine, transmission, so overdrive and things like that. And then even creature comforts, air conditioning, power heated seats, power windows, power door locks, all that kind of stuff.
They come equipped with whatever the buyer wants to order. In other words, just as if he was going into a showroom and ordering it back in 1967 or 1970.
That's right, except they could pick the options from 2008.
Right.
Like for example, this car even has a backup camera in the rearview mirror. So when you put the car in reverse,
it does. You
it
can
shows
see
what's behind you.
That's really neat. Now this one that we're standing in front of is.
It's a '68 Dodge Charger. It started life as a real Charger, and then we've totally rebuilt the entire car, restored it, paint and everything else like that. Chassis stiffening, suspension. It has a 500 horsepower, 6.1 Hemi fuel injected, 4-speed automatic overdrive, computer controlled transmission, and a host of other things.
What is the horsepower? Have you had this on a dyno?
This car, the engine in it will make it 500 horsepower.
Transmission, what transmission's in here?
It's a Ford automatic overdrive tranny, modern one, and it's computer controlled.
There's a whole, as the viewers will see as we're speaking, you've got a whole array of cars in this showroom. It's a big showroom and it's really, really nice. You have, it looks like almost one of each.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different cars here as far as different years and models. We primarily deal with Chryslers, so I have Cudas, Challengers, Chargers. There's a GTX here, and I even have a pretty rare car. It's a 65 A990 factory Superstock drag race car that was built by the factory for Superstock drag racing.
Now that's the white one.
Yes.
That's the that's a Dodge
Coronet.
Coronet.
That's right. And if you look at it, has a lot of things they did to the car, primarily to lighten it up within the rules that they were allowed to. So, for example, it has no rear seats. The seats in it are very lightweight with aluminum frames. It has aluminum door hinges, lightweight sheet metal, and a host of other things.
What's kind of unique about that car is that it's not push button. It's automatic on a column.
It's automatic on the column, and if you actually look closely at it, it has a reverse manual valve body from the factory. What that means is instead of going like reverse, neutral, drive 2-1, it's reverse, so that if you were racing, you could just pull the stick down, and so it shifts in reverse pattern.
Now, where did you get that car? And I mean, obviously it's a real car. And did you restore it, or did you purchase it that way?
That particular car came out of a big collection. We actually bought it out of a collection in Chicago. We look for cars all over, and some of the cars we get we restore. The cars where they're all modernized we build from scratch.
Sure.
But some of the original cars we buy that are restored or may need certain things done to them that we'll do.
That race car, that was the first thing that caught my eye. Well, you know what? Even though it's in the back of the showroom, it catches your eye because it's plain white.
Yes.
You know, yeah. I mean, you know, when you walk in here, you see obviously this red one, which is just stunning. I mean, the paint job on it is just you know, you really have to be here. I don't know how good the camera is going to do it justice. But the white one is way in the back, John, and you can spot that, you know, especially, you know, if you go back to those days, and, you know, you see it, you say, you know what, there's an inexpensive body, okay? I hate to say cheap body, but you know, the lesser model, and you know that it's got to be something.
Right.
All right.
And actually, that car, the real exciting thing about it is under the hood. It's in 1965. They didn't have any of the 426 Hemis in the street cars, so that car has a race Hemi in it with that year only aluminum cylinder heads and a magnesium intake manifold. Yeah. So it's a pretty.
That's a rare motor.
Yes.
Definitely. Now, for somebody that's watching, they're interested in getting in touch with you. Do you have a website? Or
Absolutely. Our website is xvmotorsports.com. We're in Irvington, New York, and you can reach us by the phone as well. It's 914-693-1122. But there's a lot of information on our website as well.
Now, you have quite a staff here. I see you have Stephanie over there. She's one of your associates.
Yep.
Kind of greeted everybody. I actually had an opportunity, didn't know it at the time until we talked afterward. She had to leave. Met Deborah, your wife.
Yes, she was down here as well. She's down here sometimes helping out too.
Right, I understand that. Stephanie told me that as well. How many guys have you got working for you?
Here there are 4 guys full-time. There's some other people help us when we need them. I have someone who helps out with transport. We're bringing cars all over the place, picking up or dropping off, so we have someone who helps us with that as well.
And my old friend Scott is your general manager?
That's right. He's involved with the sales side of the business.
Right. I took a walk in and I did some videotaping in your little garage, so to speak. You know,
Sure.
Really nice setup in there.
Thank
You
you.
got 3 cars in there, and you got plenty of room to work.
Yep, absolutely. The location here, we service cars. We install virtually all the parts that we sell as well. What we don't do at this location is the paint and body work and the real restoration type stuff. We have another location in Canada, which is where we build complete cars.
I was just going to say, you have something to do with Canada. I knew there was something to do with Canada. So that's basically your headquarters, so to speak?
Well, it's my partner. When I wanted to do this business, I approached someone that I've known for a very long time. I used to do a bunch of racing, and he would build all my engines and do work on the race car. And I knew that he'd be pretty much invaluable in terms of doing some of the things that I wanted to do. So when I told him about this, he was very excited about it, and we kind of piggybacked off of his infrastructure there. What we added on that he didn't have was a body shop, to do all the paint and body work, as well as interior work and that type of stuff. But as far as mechanical, full engine building capabilities, he had all that already.
John, you said that your background is racing. What type of racing did you do?
I used to do some pretty crazy racing. I did a type of racing called open road racing. The best known races of those were the Silver State Classic and the Pony Express. And they're real high-speed races that are held on closed sections of public highway in Nevada and Texas primarily. They close off like 100 miles of highway.
Right.
They have target speeds that range between 95 and 170 miles an hour, where whoever comes closest wins. And they have unlimited beyond that, which is what I ended up doing.
John, is it a course?
It's literally, if you think about a highway stretching through the desert, there are big long straightaways connected by big sweeping turns, 2-lane highway.
Okay.
They'll close off 100 miles of this for the race.
I see.
And
So you reach pretty high speeds then?
over 200 miles an hour.
That's terrific. What kind of car?
I had a 97 Mustang Cobra that I used to do that with.
Did you?
Yep.
And what kind of speeds?
That car would hit 205 miles an hour top speed.
Is that right? 6-speed transmission?
That car had a 6-speed with a very high gear ratio in the rear. I think we ended up with 289s. It's making about 600 horsepower, supercharged, 4.6 dual overhead cam motor in it.
Now, where are you from? Are you from this area or are you from out west?
I grew up in Long Island, actually.
But did you?
But I've lived in Westchester here,
okay.
a bit north from here
Well,
for the past.
you're up by me. You're in North Salem.
That's right, South Salem, actually.
South Salem, I'm sorry. And I'm in Yorktown, of course.
Right, that's
So,
real close.
That's what Debbie and I were talking about earlier. She said, oh, wow, we're neighbors, so to speak.
That's right.
Where on the island did you...
Port Jefferson?
Okay, Port Jeff, nice area.
Yeah, it was great. Good
I'm
place to go.
surprised you didn't do any quarter-mile drag racing out there.
I used
We
to
know we
mess
had the
around.
tracks,
I used to mess around
we
a
had
little bit.
National, and because I raced out there, we had Islip,
Yep.
the 1/8 of a mile, and National Speedway, the quarter, and of course West Hampton.
Right,
But they're all gone now.
that's right.
The only thing that's still standing and still running is Riverhead. With the stock cars.
Yep.
But how long have you been in this business now?
We started this business in the summer of '05 was when we kind of decided to go and do this, and actively began doing what we needed to, which was initially was a lot of engineering exercises, developing parts and so on.
Is there a time limit on? Supposing somebody comes in and they want you to build them a car. They're going to ask you, do you want me to supply the body, or are you going to supply the body? What?
We do it both ways. Generally, we're supplying the body for them. The types of cars we build, I usually have in stock 10 or 15 shells of cars, different years and models, so that if someone comes to us, I can provide that for them. In some cases, the people do have existing cars, and they bring them to us, and they want us to do the complete conversion of it into one of our own cars. And generally, the process is sit down with them, talk about what types of things they want in the car, some of the options we have, and so on, and start mapping it out. We put together we refer to as a build specification that details everything that's going into the car.
Right. I was going to say, you obviously must put together a spec sheet.
Exactly.
Right. And then
It's
you go
usually
from there.
it's usually about 4 pages.
John, do they come in and tell you or ask you, say, you know what, I only have a certain amount of money to spend, and you obviously work with them?
Absolutely. Some of the cars, are real big budget cars, or big budget builds where kind of almost anything goes, if you will. In other cases, we'll sit down with customers. They'll give us a budget of what they're comfortable spending, and then what we'll do is go back within that budget and kind of get them the most for their money
Right.
in terms of what goes into it. And usually almost anyone will have certain things that are really important to them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make sure we incorporate those and give them different options and ideas.
Barrett Jackson Auction, I hate to give them any plug, but you know what, they are one of the most well-known auctions. Have you been there? Have you had a car going off on the block?
We haven't auctioned any cars off, and I don't know if we will, to be honest, but we do go on display. They had their auction a few months ago at West Palm Beach in Florida.
Oh, okay.
We had a car on display there.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Did they charge you for it?
Yes.
I figured that. What did you have, and how was it received?
We had a 71 Cuda convertible that was a beautiful car. It was bright red like this car with a white interior. It had a 600 horsepower, 6.1 Hemi, the 5-speed manual transmission, all done up. And we had numerous people coming up to us and telling us it was one of the nicest, if not nicest car there.
That's terrific. Sorry, I missed it on television. It had to have been on television at one point.
I don't know if we got on TV.
Oh, yeah, they might have cut you out, edited you out. Now, I know that you're interested in coming to a good friend of mine, Tony Pisano. He's the president of the Westchester Street Rods, and they're going to have their annual show in Playland in September this year. So I know you spoke to, I believe, Charlie Russo, and you're making some plans to come over?
Yeah, we try to go to more and more shows around the area. So yeah, we'd love to.
Right. Well, they put on a great show, so I'm sure that it'll be productive for you, if not just an interesting day.
Sure.
You know, this has been a real swell day. I want to thank you for inviting us down, and good luck, and whatever we can do to help you out, just give me a call.
Appreciate it. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, John. Appreciate it.
Well, everybody makes mistakes in the game and give me a chance. Come back, my love, don't stay away. I need your loving every day. I love you so well, I want you to know. I need your love so badly. Well, everybody makes mistakes in the game of romance. Now I'm asking you, darling, why don't you
come back and give me a chance?
come back, my love, don't stay away. I need your loving every day. I love you so well, I want you to know. I need your love so badly. Well, everybody makes mistakes in the game of romance. Now I'm asking you, darling, why don't you
come back and give me a chance?
come back, my love, don't stay away. I need your loving every day. I love you so well, I want you to know. I need your love so badly, 'cause I need your love so badly. Dear one, I love you so. Dear one, why did you go? Tell me that you love me too. Dear one, never go away. I need you every night, every day. Tell me that you love me too. Oh, why did you go away? I need you night and day. I love you, I need you, I do. Oh, why did you make it end? You know we were more than friends. Please come back to me. Oh, 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 dear one. Now is the time. Dear one, please say you'll be mine. Tell me that you love me too. Now is the time. Dear one, please say you'll be mine. Tell me that you love me too. That you love me too. Dream
Our private environment offers reception, consultation, and conference rooms, complete with computers, printers, copiers, and all other necessary equipment. Our mobile office expands our ability to help working and retired families with greater access to the legal services you need most. We focus on personal injury, asbestos exposure, real estate, wills and estates. The Mobile Law Office of John Deere, driving legal services right to your doorstep. I just want to remind you that we have questions and answers and both wills and estates and elder law, free of charge. We're delighted to send it to